Is Jordan and welcome to my gaming channel. And in this episode, as you probably can already tell by that amazing thing called a title, which they seem to include on videos these days, sorry about that, I was just getting a bit carried away. This is another episode of my PC Gaming Frequently Asked Questions series, and this is a series in which I just try and educate you guys on the awesomeness of PC gaming, because quite a lot of my subscribers are people who want to jump into PC gaming but aren't quite sure sort of what they need to do and what they should expect from PC gaming. So as you can probably also tell from the title, because there's quite a lot of information contained in it, that this is about the controls which PC uses. Now, to some people, they are die-hard controller pad users, and they think that nothing's better than their Xbox 360 or their PS3 control pad joystick thing. I'm not entirely sure what it's actually called. It's normally just called a controller. That's what I used to call it when I played Xbox. And to be honest, I thought exactly the same when I used to play on Xbox too. I just used to be there using my Xbox 360 controller thinking, why would anybody ever want to use a keyboard and a mouse? And turns out the reason people want to use keyboard and mouses is because they're so much more accurate than anything a controller can reproduce. An example of this is the fact that the mouse is made for pointing, so if you're going to be using that to point where your character is going to be aiming, obviously it's going to be superior to a joystick, which is something which is used to control motion. It's quite hard to explain, but a joystick's used to control the motion, the speed at which your character moves, not the distance, whereas the mouse is designed to control the distance at which your character moves. So if you're using a mouse, it's going to be a lot more accurate, because instead of having to go, I'm going to move you at this speed for this long, you're just going to be I'm going to move you to here. So there's less of a chance for error and such with a mouse, which is what gives PC gamers, well, in many PC gamers' case, an amazing accuracy, but in my case, meh. I'm not the most accurate of players, I have to admit, but I have noticed that since playing on PC with the mouse and keyboard, I've been able to hit targets from farther and farther away, which is obviously a great benefit. Also, with the controls for PC, if you look at a keyboard, it has quite a few more buttons than an Xbox controller or PS3 controller, and what that means is that game developers can put quite a lot more different actions in the game. For example, in Call of Duty Black Ops and in quite a lot of the other Call of Duties, you have the lean function, and I personally don't use this. I really should, but I still haven't quite got my head around using all the buttons which I'm currently using, and I end up throwing flashbangs and such when I don't really mean to. But you have the option to lean, and what this enables you to do is just quickly poke your head around the corner without having your entire body exposed, which is an extremely useful feature, as you can probably imagine, and it is used extensively by a lot of the professional players and such in Call of Duty PC, leagues. There we go. I was thinking of the word. I was like, damn it, what is this word? But anyway, yes. So keyboards offer a lot more buttons, and this may lead you to get confused at first, but once you get used to it, and what most people tend to do, and it's certainly something I do, is I actually develop my own sort of button layout which I carry across all different sorts of games. So I actually have a button layout which I use in every single one of my first-person shooter games, and that enables me to just have extreme consistency and such across all of my games, because I know that when I press this button, no matter what the game is, then I can use that, because that is another amazing thing about controls for PC gaming, is the fact that they are just so customizable that you can just change them to suit how you like. Another great thing about the controls for PC is the fact that you can be doing more things at once than you can with a controller. You probably don't understand what this means really, but basically, to put it into perspective, with Xbox, especially if you're running on, this is just an example using Call of Duty, because that's the main game I used to play when I used to play on Xbox, so it may not relate to everyone, but anyway, this is certainly something which related to me, and certainly something someone asked me in the comment of one of my other videos, is to talk a bit about Call of Duty and changing to Call of Duty on from console to PC, and that is the fact that like you can crouch and aim at the same time with your mouse. That's probably doesn't sound that amazing to those of you who play the tactical button layout on Call of Duty, but basically it means that because you have two hands on separate implements, one which has got dedicated for movement and one which is dedicated for like aiming and one which is dedicated for all your other functions, then it's like you can do like two different things at once. It's like there's just loads of different things which you can do, which I personally couldn't do on Xbox, such as spin around really fast and jump, crouch, and then do some weird thing by throwing flashbangs and such, and aim and fire all at the same time. It's not something I used to be able to do when I used to play on console, and I'm sure I don't tend to do that a lot, but it's nice to know that the feature's there for me to do, if you understand what I am saying. So, controls do take a while to get used to. I've been playing PC gaming for, I'd have to say, a year-ish? Around about a year? Actually, just over a year. Yes, just over a year. And this, I'm still getting used to the control set. I mean, yes, I'm pretty proficient with it, and I can navigate around the maps and aim pretty accurately, but I am nowhere near at the skill level of people who have been playing for a bit longer than me, and people who have been playing with PC like their entire lives, because there is quite a few people who have that sort of experience where they haven't played on anything apart from PC, and to them it's just like something which they absolutely love. But basically what it is the fact that like you can sort of tell that the sort of people who have been playing PC for longer, because if I went into a lobby, I just jump into a lobby, start playing, and there'll be a few people who can just hit you with like a pistol across the map, and you think, if you're playing on console, you'd be like, yeah, well, it's obviously hacking, but no, that is the sort of accuracy which you can get from PC. With the mouse and keyboard, you can get like a cross-map pistol accuracy. It may seem incredibly stupid that, like, I'm being honest. So when you first jump into PC gaming, you get like killed across the map with a pistol. Don't just go screaming that they're hacking. It is what they are capable of, and what you will be capable of if you spend long enough at it. It's like I have a relatively good accuracy on many other games, such as like Call of Duty 4. I actually believe I do have a bit of a better accuracy at than this. Not entirely sure why it doesn't translate directly, but it seems to me that I am more accurate when I am playing Call of Duty 4. I have no idea why. It's just what happens. So yes, another thing which it just reminded me of on the little video there where I was playing is that, for me anyway, you can fire a lot faster with a mouse button than you can with an Xbox controller. I'm not entirely sure about a PS3 controller, but I assume it's the same, because with a mouse button you're pressing it like less than a millimetre to click. Usually it's like half a millimetre or something stupidly small like that to click, which is like so much less distance than on the Xbox, so you can get a much faster trigger finger without having to buy modded controllers and such, and you don't have to spend hundreds and risk getting kicked off Xbox Live for running modded controllers, because it does make pistols a viable weapon in the game. It's like you often get in games where people are running pistols as their primary weapon. They just don't run anything else. They just use their pistols and a load of perks, and they just go around and absolutely tear the lobbies up. So that's like another sort of awesome thing, is just the fact that it enables you to do different play styles. Like, you don't always have to rush, because you have like the long range accuracy which is required of you to do this. And of course, when you first start playing, don't get disheartened. This is just like a big message I want to get to you guys. If you take my advice and like decide to start trying PC gaming for the first time, don't get disheartened when you just get into a lobby on any game, it could be any shooter, and just get absolutely destroyed. It's going to take you a while to get used to the controls. It's just, for those of you who play Minecraft on PC, you do have a little bit of a head start, because I know quite a lot of people play Minecraft on PC. It's a very popular game on PC, so you will have a bit of a head start with the controls there. But don't go into a lobby thinking, now I've got the mouse and keyboard, I'll be able to absolutely own everyone up because Jordan says it's more accurate. Doesn't work like that. It is more accurate after you've done a bit of practice with it. And as you can see, I don't aim down sights at all because I use the laser sight. And anyway, I should probably keep on talking about the topic at hand. So, it's like many things, practice makes perfect, as many people know. So, the more you practice with something, the better you'll get. It's just getting used to change, really. It's like when I first sat down at a keyboard and using a keyboard and mouse, I couldn't reach my pinky finger to get to the shift, and my pinky finger used to ache from just trying to press the shift button just so I could sprint everywhere. But then, like, your hands get used to it, and now whenever I sit at a computer, be it like at school or anything like that, I automatically go to WASD. I'm sorry guys, I'm too much of a gamer. I just automatically sit there on WASD every single time. I'll sit down and I'll look down and my hands are just on WASD and shift and space. It's like, no Jordan, you're not playing a first person shooter anymore. It's time to do work. And I'm like, damn it. But yeah, it really, once you get used to it, it feels so much more natural and so much more accurate. It's like, I still have my Xbox behind my TV, which I occasionally play like some Black Ops on. I don't play it on live, I just play like zombies or something like that, just because I don't pay for the online anymore, because I don't think it's worth it. Well, it is worth it if it's all you play on. But for me, when I mainly play on PC, it's really not worth paying for Xbox Live. You tend to think that. So yeah, but when I go on that, I just pick the controller up and I'm just like spinning everywhere. So I actually genuinely can't control myself. I'm just going around like, and I just. Sorry, that was a really, really weird noise, but that's exactly the noise I make. I'm sorry if you think I'm a bit strange, but that's the noise one makes when picking up an Xbox controller after getting used to PC controls. You just do absolutely terrible, and there's not really much you can do to change that, apart from the fact that you just may have to practice using both of them, and then you'll get used to both of them. Because if you cannot get used to the keyboard and mouse, even though I'd really recommend you try it, you can actually plug your Xbox or PS3 controller into the PC by a USB port, and most games do have support for it, so you can just like start playing with your Xbox controller. The only problem with that is you'll be horrendously outgunned by anyone using a keyboard and mouse, because they are just that much more accurate. So I really wouldn't recommend it. I'd recommend that you do stick with the keyboard and mouse, try to get used to it, and I just wish you guys the best of luck for those of you who are trying to get into PC gaming, because once you've made the jump, you'll realise that you have been missing out on console. I'm sorry guys, I don't have anything against console, I mean, each their own, but like, you will realise that you'll be like, hold on, why have I been playing on console for so long? So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm just about to wrap it up now, so I just want to thank you guys for watching, congratulate you for deciding to research this move into PC gaming, ask you to subscribe, like, comment, and just want to say goodbye and thank you. So yes, that's it.